Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently adjacent metro. In our journey of over 2 lakh students, we've also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
Trainer Mr. Karthik was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how
Good evening, all. I hope my voice is audible to everyone. Students, kindly ask your friends to join the session as today is the last day. So, last like 1 hour to 45 minutes. please inform your friends to join the session. Till 8:10, Shashank sir can take session. Good evening, Shashank sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, till 8:10 you can take a session, sir. After 8:10, I will take over.
Sure. Till 8 and I'll take. Shall I start, ma'am, or shall we wait?
We'll start, sir. We'll start.
Okay, done. All right. Yes. Good evening so much. Yeah. Good evening. All right. So we have an hour. Okay. So we'll just discuss a few important things which I feel had to be covered. So let us first focus on that particular aspects. Okay. So then you can go for the test. Okay. So I feel you just had a quick preparation as well because you got the weekend as well. So I hope you'll be able to answer. So let me share my screen. Sure. Let us start the session. Good morning. Good evening. Okay. All right. All right. So let's start. And first important thing which which needed to be covered, right, is the ethical considerations. So this was a very important aspect which we couldn't cover. So this was one of the things which had to be covered. So we have talked about many things about the agentic AI agents, right? So how these agents use the natural language processing, right? How actually they're using generative AI. What is the connection between AI agents and agentic AI, and what is these tools relationship with the generative AI part. So a lot of things we have actually talked about, we have considered, understood, so many things we have discussed. But there is one important aspect which is the ethical considerations or ethics which needed to be focused upon, especially when we are talking about something called as an AI agents. So what is the ethical concerns or ethical considerations which had to be discussed? So the first important aspect is the autonomy versus control. So if something happens, right, so especially who is responsible for autonomous agent decisions. For example, if something in decision goes haywire or something happens, right, who is actually controlling this? So we are giving entire decision making through to AI agents. So who can be held responsible, or who uh, you know uh, who is actually doing this, all these things, who is controlling these aspects? So that is one of the major issues. So we were talking about many multiple things, right? So machine doesn't have that consciousness as a human being actually does. So when you ask the question next time that AI will take over the jobs, right, and the first important thing you have to ask yourself is, the most important thing is does AI have that consciousness, right? So that is the first question you need to ask, because that will not be, never will be there. Okay, so decision making is, we are leaving a lot of things to the AI agents for decision making. We have even discussed about goal centered approaches, how AI will actually do things. So all these things we are talking, okay, fine, it is really good to talk, it is really good to learn, it is really good to build, fine. But at the end of the day, when it comes to a few things, for example, like biasness and fairness, so ensuring agents don't propagate or amplify societal biases. Then the transparency, can users understand how and why agents act? This is very important, which a normal user also has to understand, but sometimes it is very difficult in a few cases. Next is accountability. So mechanisms to trace and audit agent decisions, and informed consent, especially when agents interact with the human, or human beings. So a few important things, for example, informed consent, where decision, some a few things, a person talks. So those things a robot can listen, right? And it can use it for training purposes. So what is happening? Even the private conversations are being actually recorded, and those will be used for training purposes. So even your basic private conversations, what is happening in your house or office or any place, is being publicized, right? So public, it's into the public domain. For example, let us say, if you have your own video, you have done something, so you have uploaded into YouTube. So what happens? It becomes a public domain, right? So now you cannot say that once you upload it to YouTube, you cannot say that no, it's my private video, right? So the same exactly, the replica, you can see it in the AI agents. Why? Because it is recording everything. So that is why, I don't know how many of you know this, but many of you use Amazon Echo, right? Echo Dot, correct? How many of you actually mute the mic of the Amazon's Echo Dot while you are talking any privacy or personal things? Many of you don't know this. It will record even the things what you talk, because it is using for its training purposes. It will listen to everything what you talk. So the first thing you have to do is you have to mute your microphone, especially when you are talking something very private, especially nearby to the any voice assistants. So that is why when you are talking any personal things, even you should not use your Google Assistant or your Google's Gemini, right? So you should not actually use this. There are many things actually, if I start if I start talking, you will get scared of artificial intelligence. So I don't want to talk on a bigger picture, because that is why in every of my sessions I'll tell the ethical considerations also. There are a lot of aspects involved. It is not like what you see from the outside. That is not the reality. That is not the reality. So things are developed for our purpose. You only have to use at what extent it is required, that much only. Not bringing too much of AI into your life, which will spoil the thing. So there is, it's getting, too much of things. Let us just keep it to what we have to discuss on the key issues. So all these, examples, right? You can think of your personal examples or your public examples. So many aspects, you can think of. So all those things will be covered in this, bias and fairness, transparency, accountability, informed consent, right? So all these things comes a very important, or plays a very important role. So these are the top 5 challenges, especially when it comes to the ensuring that the AI has been used responsibly. So these are the 5 important aspects. One is bias mitigation and fairness, right? Then we talk about the data privacy and security. Then we talk about the transparency and explainability, then human oversight, then we talk about the change management. So bias mitigation and fairness, you can see that AI systems can perpetuate or amplify existing biases, requiring vigilant identification and correction, right? Next is the data privacy and security, where you're balancing the need for larger data sets with employee privacy protection poses complex challenges. That is why only to overcome this challenge, and one important thing is the synthetic data set, which is especially used in the medical field. So because privacy is always a bigger concern. For example, all your private, all your information, all the patient information, if a hospital actually leaks outside, you can actually file a complaint. You can actually file a complaint, because the information is, it's a private information which has to be kept private. That is why what happens when you come to the, when you talk about the research and development aspects also is, many of the areas, especially in research and development, particularly in the field of medical, many of the training and testing of data sets are done on synthetic data sets. So synthetic data sets are artificial data sets which are created to look like very similar to that of the natural data sets. So it is based upon the real life problems what human beings had, but it is not actually the human beings data. It is replicated. So you can say it is a replicate or a a replica of the real data of what human beings had. So that is sorry. So then how can the training and model building will happen? Things happen if it is replicating. If it is not exactly the real, real data, right? So if it is not, then how the training is actually done, correct? No, so that is a tough question, right? You might get a doubt on that, but no need to worry on that. So the synthetic data, how it is created, which looks very similar to that of the real data set. So the training can be done, testing can be done very perfectly, right? So all these things can be done. So especially in the field of medical, right, this is one area where synthetic data sets are mostly used. For example, not only just the medical field, especially in the fields where a lot of privacy concerns will be there or privacy issues are there, right? So in that particular areas where privacy is a huge concern there, right, replicating the original data sets in the form of synthetic data sets can be, or actually it is made. Okay, so this is the main thing. Next is transparency and explainability. So something like a black box. So black box is nothing but a where you can actually test your things. So nature of many AI systems makes explaining decision making process difficult. So where you will test the things, right? You have something called as a white box, black box, right? So these are basically used for testing, and certain times what happens is the algorithm's complexity will be how much big it is. It is really difficult to basically test them. Okay, yeah. Next is human oversight. So preventing over resilience on AI outputs while ensuring human judgment is critical decisions in is challenging. So I told that the consciousness, that ability to handle things, right, and the way you can actually handle a certain scenarios, especially, right. So all these things, it is very important, for something like a human being only. It is possible actually. A machine cannot do a certain things. Next is change management, preparing the workforce for AI integrations and addresses fears of job displacement requires significant effort. Okay, so just recently, in news you would have actually seen, right? So TCS removing 12,000 employees. So people thought it was because of AI. It was done because of the AI taking over jobs, but it is not. It is not actually. So they clearly told it's a 2% workforce. So then I was calculating. So it was 6 lakh employees work in TCS. So 12,000 will be 2% of their workforce. So they have removed those 12,000 employees because lack of enough skills for the AI enhancement or the AI changes. So things which are, see, I told you also one particular sentence that the way we do jobs will, change in a different way. For example, the transformation will happen. So that isn't where we need to adapt to the change. For example, 10 years before jobs were different, now it is, you're adapting, right? So you're adapting to the change, you're adapting to the, so change cannot be stopped, right? So change has to be accepted. So in that case, those 12,000 people were the victims of not having enough skills, not because of AI. Okay, so don't, a lot of people have become a habit now, simply blaming on AI. AI has been created by human beings only, no? So how can you say that AI is taking over jobs? We are only making, we are only transforming the way we look at jobs, and now that we are blaming on AI. It's not a proper way actually. So that's why the key challenges. I've also mentioned the fifth point is that only change management. So changes occur in every field. It is not just about the software industry or the IT industry. This is absolutely wrong. So people only are looking AI at why AI is not used in medical field, supply chain management. There are a lot of areas where artificial intelligence is used. It's not only the software engineer, software field or an IT field, something like that. So it's not like that. So, these things were discussed, when this responsible AI, that is what I was talking about, ethical considerations. So using a responsible AI, this was predicted very earlier, that the jobs will become change, like the way we work will change, the things will be different. Okay, so that is how things can be done. Next is the ethical implications of deploying an AI agents. We'll see a bit of in detail. So a few responsible measures which has to be taken is the anti-bias, right? Next is transparency and explainability. Then the privacy and data protection is very important. And accountability is very important. Human-centric design is important. For example, if somebody takes a decision, for example, an AI agent takes a decision. So if something goes haywire, unfortunately, who has to be catch hold responsible? That is very important. That transparency, that accountability has to be given by every organization. They can't just say that human being, sorry, a machine is only responsible, take hold of the machine only. It is not any human being's mistake. So it is not like that. So if the company is, is about, they cannot tell like that. Please understand this. Okay. So if that happens, it will be the end of that company if that situation comes. So that is why, if the companies are not able to handle this scenario, right? If they're not able to show the accountability, those companies, or that, they limit the artificial intelligence usage. So that is why, I was keep on telling that it is not that simple as it looks on paper. And that implementing AI, all the tools using in AI, so you're expecting like that, right? Many people are expecting like that. A lot of people ask these questions, sir, we can integrate AI everywhere. We go to office, we can get the code from there, we can go get from this, get from that, use that application, this use. If you do that, they will put you in jail. They'll put you in jail, leaking privacy information of your organizations. They'll sue you. Okay. So you have to pay the heavy. So it's not easy than how it looks. Okay. So just clear your mind. Clear your mind that it's not like just whatever you want you can do. So yeah, please come out of that please come out of that mindset that the way we work will transform with the integration of AI. So AI is like a co-living person. For example, how you have a friend, right? A colleague in an organization. Artificial intelligence will be like a colleague for you, which will help you to do the task in a better way, not take over your job or dominate you, or do something else. No, absolutely not. Okay. Next is human-centric design and robust and safety. Yes. So you're not understanding how much of safety measures also has to be taken, how much of data protection has to be taken, how many privacy, what not. So many aspects are there. It's not just like how it looks. Like it's not like how it looks. Like you just Google search, or you just use ChatGPT, get some information. It's not that, right? It is not that how organizations work. That is not how privacy works. Okay. So I told you also on this, whatever information you are giving, especially your own information or something like that, it will be used by ChatGPT for its training purposes by the GPT models. So your personal information, whatever you are giving, is getting into the public domain. And then again, you will say, sir, I have used in ChatGPT only, sir. I don't know that it is public domain. You're using an application which is built on a machine learning and deep learning model. What does machine learning and deep learning use? Data. It needs data to train. It is using your data, guys. Come on. So don't think that unknowingly, or don't pretend. First of all, that we don't know. Okay. So being a responsible citizen, that is why I take up this ethical considerations, because I can sell AI is that, AI is this, that, and all, but in reality things are also different. right? It is not, just like a piece of cake. It's not like that. So there is, when you see that word robust and safety, right? Many people think, okay, safety means, yeah, okay, AI, no, we have to predict. No, that has a lot of meaning. So robust and safety means from any issues an AI agent can cause, whether it is about the data or, it is about a human being. It is very important to take that precautionary measures also. So it covers everything. It is not just one side heading. It is not, don't think as it as a side heading. It has lot of aspects to be understood. Next is collaboration and multi-stake engagement. Then the societal impact. Yes, last but not the least, societal impact. So the impact of implementing artificial intelligence into the lives of people should not impact the society. So now you think that how responsibly an organization has to use, how responsibly a human being has to use. You think on that, you will understand, you will get a lot of thoughts, how what you guys would have thought and what is real. Okay, there's a lot of gap. I know this generation, people think that AI, yes, you can implement in everything, this that. So yeah, it's not like that what it seems. Next is the AI ethics. So yeah, so we have discussed, this why especially I have put this image, is the robot following the ethics, right? So that has to be followed because a robot is a machine. It doesn't know. It only takes decision based on the data. That's it. It doesn't know anything. Okay. So we as responsible people, we have to make sure things are in a proper order. Okay. That is very important as a human being. So yeah, one important, few examples let us cover. Okay, autonomy versus control, especially. The issue is where the car accident happened, especially with the Uber self-driving car. So this was happened in 2018. So there was a pedestrian's death. Okay, so self-driving cars are very good, but if you see this particular incident, right? So it's only one incident. No, it happens, but it happened. No, it's one or two. It happened. No, that's it. I'll not say much, anything more than that. So it happened. No, that's it. Over. So, this is very important that here, see, the issue was when this actually happened, when AI agents make decisions autonomously, who is responsible for their outcomes? The developer, the developer or developer, sorry, developer or deployer, or the AI itself. Who has, the law has to take into consideration for whom the punishment has to be given, right? You tell me, can they take machine to a court and put it in jail? No, right? So think about it, guys. So it's not like AI is everything, it is only doing everything. No, human beings has got a lot more to do than AI. Next is bias and fairness. So this, yeah, this one, one example, I read the article also, I felt really, really bad, especially because what happened in this bias and fairness case, this one is unacceptable actually. Especially what happened is that US has a lot of this I don't want to say that word. It's basically racism. So there is a lot of racism till date, but when these loan when they actually to train the data, when they actually took the past data, so what happened is a lot of black people were denied mortgages. So all those information and also there. So what happened is the algorithms also trained on this more. So what happened is they showed biasness in the giving out of the loans, especially when it came to black people, because the data is turned, it doesn't know, no, it's a machine. Now you would have understood that machine is a machine at the end of the day. Khatam. You cannot imagine a machine replacing a human being. That will never happen. If you see this example, you will understand. So those who have had that doubts that machine will replace human being, you are in that some Maya Loka. No, absolutely not. So You see this example, you read this case study, you Google search it, you will get the article. I didn't want to project everything, so I didn't tell. Just an example I took. Okay, just a couple of points I have taken. So I have not I have not covered the entire use case or article, but uh, you know Okay, so it is basically it's like you read this article. No, didn't want to project the entire. I didn't want to project the entire case study, so I have not given here. I don't know. I just didn't want to give it here. So so you just Google search it, or you search your Chat GPT, or anywhere somewhere you try to search it, get the entire article, and you just try to read it. You'll understand. So how much of biasness can actually occur, and how things can actually ruin the reality. So it is not like it is not like what looks from the outset, and just thinking that yes, AI will do everything, AI will do. No, it is not going to do that. Next is the transparency. So this also is one of the important case studies, which is on explainable AI, which is XAI. So an AI agent system recommends surgery for a patient, but doctors and patient don't understand why. Lack of transparency can lead to mistrust or refusal of treatment. So if this situation comes, then you will just you will not take the expertise of a human being. You will go with the machine. Okay, yes, let's do the surgery, right? First of all, the machine is not telling why. The AI agent is only telling that yes, let's do surgery. So will you just do like that? No. Yes. AI system is telling no. We should do no. So that is where human mind, human brain, right, emotions, all these things comes into the picture. So these are very important use cases, very important examples, very important. This is real life. Welcome to real life. So you have to understand that scenarios, especially what is contributing to reality. Okay, next is accountability. Yeah, this is the very huge problem. So if something happens, right, something happened and you have traced back that the AI system or an AI agent, right? What is responsible for a certain thing, right? So who will you blame? Can you take a stick and can you beat an AI agent, or you will break the AI agent, right? What will you do? What will you do, right? So one such example is this Microsoft Tay. So Tay was a Twitter-based chatbot that started tweeting hate speech within 24 hours due to the online manipulation. So there was no clear accountability or system in place to monitor or moderate the agent's learning and responses. So who has to help? You will question Microsoft today, you will take it to court. It's an agent. It's an AI agent. Whom you will question? You will question Microsoft only directly? No. It is just an agent which is built on data. It is a machine. If somebody has to if it's a Twitter based X based chatbot, so if you file a case, Microsoft and Twitter will say don't use Twitter, that's it, katam, over, end of the discussion, right? Why are you using? Okay, if you don't like Twitter, don't use. Just because of some 10 people, 15 people, or 30 people, or 100 people, they cannot lose their $1 million business, right? So if you put pieces by pieces, bits by bits, you know you'll understand the reality of how things are. So it's not like just we think that yes, like this we will use AI, we will use this, we will use that. No, it's not like that. Next is informed consent. And this issue particularly arrived with the surveillance robots in schools. So deployed to monitor student behavior, students and parents were often unaware that data is being recorded, raising major privacy and consent concerns. I told one such example is that that is why I was telling you, if you are using Amazon's Echo Dot, mute, especially when you are talking near the Echo Dot. Mute it. There is an option to mute. If you don't mute it, it will record your conversations. Many of you don't know, that's why I'm telling you. Please be careful. Okay. So that doesn't mean Echo Dot is bad. It's not that. It is its nature. It is an AI agent. It's an AI assistant. It is doing its job. As a human being, you have to follow a certain rules and regulations to, right? See, sir, if I don't ask anything, how it will identify that you're asking or you're not asking? It doesn't know. It's a machine. So you have to be careful while speaking near the Echo Dot or any voice assistant. Because I was telling you about Echo Dot because I used it. Okay, so and I was very cautious, especially I never used to talk near to the Echo Dot. Never used to talk. In case if I had to talk, first immediately I will run to the Echo Dot and put that microphone into mute. You have a button on Echo Dot. I don't know how many of you know. You can mute the microphone. So you have a button. So if you click it, it will mute it. So even though you talk, it will not be able to listen. You can test it also whether it is able to hear or not. When you say something, it will not respond if the microphone is off. So these are the things, and you can relate that example what I've told to here. So this surveillance bot were deployed to see the behavior of the students, especially, right? To make sure that the students behavior, how they behave, to monitor that, and each and every conversation, each and every conversation, each and every aspect, right? Everything what the conversation is happening between the parent and the student, or a parent and their kid, it is being recorded by the bot. So where is the privacy, right? You tell me, where is the privacy? Where you will talk? Even you have a bot like this at home, right? And it is recording your video. Where you have privacy? You tell me. Now I think many people would have been scared to use AI. It's not like that. See, the reality I'll tell you is you have to be careful if you are using AI. You have to follow some rules and regulations. Like that, how in a smaller scale we follow, the same way organizations also follow. Do you think they just use all the AI tools, just dump their data? No, no, that will not happen. If you do that, I told they will take you accountable and put you in jail. So never do that. Silently also don't do that. Oh my God, do please never do that. Okay. So particularly you're working in an organization, never do that. So you will be given some AI tools to work on. Okay. So those particular tools only you have to work, because they will have that consent form signed with that company. For example, let us say Microsoft wants to use ChatGPT. Okay. So what they do, they get tied up with the ChatGPT or OpenAI, because OpenAI is the organization. So they tie up with this company, right? So they tie up with this company and they say that any information which will be submitted on behalf of these particular accounts or on behalf of this particular company should be kept private. They will sign that legal terms. They will sign that legal terms. That isn't where they will give you the access to the chat GPT or a DALI or something like that. Then only you can use it, because then it is, because if something happens, your data breach will happen. Microsoft has OpenAI accountable because they have signed a legal agreement. Yes. But if without your company giving you the access or anything for a particular consent to any AI application, without that if you're using, right, so the company is going to sue you. Especially you have a lot of cases. You Google search on this, you will get it. Let us not talk all those things now. I have other things also to discuss. So you just Google, you just research on this. You will understand, what I'm speaking. So just try to push things on like that. Next is frameworks. So especially when we talk about these ethical considerations, there are a few things which has to be taught. Especially like the Asimov's laws of robotics, IEEE's ethical aligned design, and EU's AI Act. So especially these frameworks, these laws have been kept to, which are designed especially to keep this especially to keep this particular I would say the privacy in check. Okay, so especially these have been designed for that. So Asimov's law, you have three important laws especially for Asimov. Okay, just give me a minute. All right. So we were discussing about this Asimov's law, and a few important things on this Asimov's law is three important aspects are there here. One is a robot, may not harm a human being. That is the first law. A robot never has to harm. So you will never see a robot, uh, you know, uh, breaking this particular law, because this is the first law which a robot will be built upon. Next is a robot must obey human orders unless it conflicts with the first law. So it is very important now that the orders must be followed. Next is a robot must protect itself as long as it doesn't conflict with the above. Okay. So these are three laws which you can see for the Asimov's laws of robotics. Okay, so you can read it later. I'll go to the next one, which is IEEE Ethical Aligned Design. So IEEE is Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Okay, so this particularly focuses on the human rights, well-being, and accountability. See, wherever you see, you will see this word accountability. By that itself, you should understand that what is connected to AI, what is the reality. Next is bias mitigation and transparency and traceability. Next is ethical impact assessments in development cycles. Okay, so it is basically used by the tech companies as designed ethical AI systems in field like smart cities, medtech, and robotics. Okay, next is the EU Act, European Union Act. This is a legally binding framework proposed by the European Union. So categorizes AI systems based on risk, unacceptable risk, high risk, and limited risk. So it is going to segregate in this. So compliance models for companies deploying AI into Europe, setting global precedent for AI regulations. Next is some of the scenarios. We have actually discussed a few scenarios. Okay. So AI is denying loans, especially on biased data. We have seen one example, right? So on race, gender, zip code. So many things it happened. So you can just do some research on this. You will be getting a few use cases as well. Next is surveillance bots. Okay, especially bots which actually do surveillance. There is a main issue with this particular bots. The main issue is the main issue, especially with this bots. Um, is mainly the privacy concerns. So talking about, or understanding about the privacy concerns, because your your movements, your facial a lot of things will be actually, without your consent will be actually taken. So, especially this particular thing, it has to be, in this fix also I just mentioned here. So display clear notices of AI presence. Now, many people are actually, if you see in malls or many places, you are under surveillance, like that you will see some boards. You probably would have seen. Yes, yes, yeah. That means they're using an AI system to basically monitor the surveillance. So if you don't want, you don't like, your if you feel that your privacy, you have an issue, so you can walk out of the mall. So they should put that there is a AI presence. Okay, so it's up to you. If you don't like, if you feel privacy concern, you can leave the mall. Or if you want, if you're okay with it, because they're telling like that means they're actually notifying you. So you cannot again say that it has violated my rights. So then how will I buy? So that you have to talk to the management only. Go there, talk. So because it's their thing they're doing. So if you like, you go, or yeah, it's, or that's it. I can't say, I can't tell the third option. Chhod de, leave. Next is education bots. So AI tutoring, especially, the main aspect here is basically biased learning, student manipulation, or even misinformation. So it is very important, especially for example, when we, as a human being, when we teach something, even though we are taking from the web, we will just cross check, we'll verify, we'll make sure it is correct. All these things are there, but when you are learning from an AI bot, or you can say an educational bot, we don't know whether correctly it is giving information or not. So any misinformation can happen, any manipulation can happen. So I would say that I'm not saying that it will happen. I'm saying that it may happen, right? So those aspects are also have to be, considered. Everything has to be considered, no? So we can't simply keep a blind eye for that. Next is security and privacy concerns. These are some of the key challenges where an AI agents can actually have issues in the field of security and privacy. In the meanwhile, let's just see the questions. Yeah, exam time is 8:10. That is not a question actually. Okay. What is this? Okay. Link is not visible from the dashboard. What link is not visible? Ma'am has not shared any link for the question paper. It will be shared at after 8:10. Aryan, I think you're joined late. Okay, I think no questions, only this about exam link. Links. Okay, all right, then let me continue. We have only 20 minutes. What time let's start? I think around 7:06, I guess we started 7:06. 7:05 or 7:06, something. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. So let me continue. All right. So these were actually some of the key challenges which you can actually accountable, especially when you talk about the security and privacy concerns. So there are a lot of challenges, a lot of incorporations, adaptations, so many, yeah, to talk about. Next, when we talk about the key challenges, all these five I will address one by one. So with an use case. So you have this key challenge, especially something like an IBM Watson Studio, and this is a real-time healthcare which is designed a real-time healthcare system which is designed by IBM. Okay, so this actually processes a lot of diagnosis reports, medications, insurance details. So to protect these sensitive information, especially without any breach or any violations of this data, things like encryption, firewalls, access controls, all these things have to be used by the company. So this is what the IBM Watson Studio is. A few people might be knowing. Okay, so Watson Studio is a big enterprise. Okay, so which is found by IBM. So IBM is one of the older IT and software companies in the world, and they have launched, especially in Watson Studio, they have a special unit which has been launched, which is in the form of IBM Watson Health. Okay. Right. So next is the authentication and authorization. So this is where the one vehicle shares the traffic data with the others. So if a rogue agent feeds fake traffic data, it could redirect cars to an unsafe zones. So is this a possibility? Now you can understand things. So even with traffic, right? When you see the Google Maps also, lot of times many people would have got ditched. Correct? Yes. And the distances, right? Those are all estimates. Those are not real. Okay. So many issues are there, especially when we talk about these aspects. Next is if so use digital signatures and public key infrastructure to validate the agents' identities. Next is secure communication. So issue is the agent communicate with each other. Message must be protected in transit. So the risk here is eavesdropping, tampering, or man-in-the-middle attacks. So smart grid communication, where energy usage data is sent from homes to the utility company via smart meters. So this uses the TLS encryption and VPNs. So VPN is nothing but a virtual private network. Next is adversarial attacks. Issue is AI models can be tricked using carefully crafted inputs known as adversarial examples. So the risk is agents may take dangerous or incorrect actions because of this. So the real life examples here is the autonomous cars vision systems. Small stickers on stop signs can fool AI from seeing a speed limit sign. So could cause traffic violations or accidents. So robust training and adversarial defense systems are basically required. Next is private preservation. So one example is this Google's keyboard. Many of you currently I'm doing IBM intervention using all tools like Assistant, Watson Studio, and IBM Cloud. Yes, very good, good. IBM Watson Studio is a really good tool actually, which has been. I got the luck to use a bit. I didn't use it much, but what I've used from the IBM Watson Studio, what I've observed is the machine learning, deep learning, all these model building, right, data cleaning things, preparations, and all these things. These are extremely good actually. The way it works inside, it is really good. So good that you're using the Watson Assistant, Watson Studio, and the IBM Cloud. Wow, good, Harsh. Keep it up. So three Surya and Siri and Ganesh. Good. Yeah, great. So next is this, Google's keyboard, right? All the the kind of the kind of typing you do, the strokes, right? All these things are recorded by your Google how you actually do. Now with this example, many people will think that, sir, even my phone data. Yes, if you're using a smartphone, you're not private, man. First of all, first know that, then only you use the smartphone. Okay, because you're not private, especially your location is known, your things are being shared, data will be captured. You're saving your contacts in Gmail and saying Google not to use your they will sell the information, man. It's not Google or it's not Microsoft. It's that happens everywhere. So don't be in that impression. That is why you are getting a lot of calls from multiple companies saying that, sir, you want loan. So data is breached. Okay, so you're using smartphone. You're not private anymore. Okay, so first realize that, then you can, then you purchase a smartphone and use it. Okay. Next thing is the tools and techniques, especially the AI agents are especially used in the technology of blockchain. Okay, so log agents, especially interactions with immutability enhances trust and accountability. In supply chain AI agents, blockchain ensures that is no transaction like shipping or quality check is altered retrospectively. So harmonic encryption, which users basically allows computation on encrypted data without decryption. So a health research AI can analyze encryption patient records. So I think many of you are aware of this encryption decryption, correct? Next is role-based access, which is permission denied only. This you will be seeing in a lot of areas, particularly companies also. The bots also, the AI agents also will be restricted. So from using sensitive information, it's not only just about the human beings, even the bots or the agents will be restricted from using all the sensitive information. So yeah, that is also, that is why this particular example I have mentioned, role-based access control. So based on the role, the access will be actually given because it is very important. Um So it is very important that, especially for a individual role, that for which role which kind of data, which kind of access has to be given. Next is penetration testing. So this is basically done using the for the cyber attacks. So simulation of the cyber attack. So how can the cyber attacks be? How we can protect our robustness of the agents can is actually uh, you know protected by using these simulation techniques. So especially this will be done by the financial institutions. Next is the use cases where like the smart home systems, where you have a tons of AI agents, especially like the IoT devices where IoT is nothing but a sensors which actually can collect the informations. So when you are actually having a smart home system, first of all, you are not private because all your devices, they have microphone, they collect the information. So when you want to develop a smart home, first thing that privacy will be gone. Okay. Then you decide to build a smart home. Okay. So that you first think, because one example is this: Amazon's Alexa and Google Home now allow offline processing for voice commands to reduce the cloud dependency. So this, what happens is, a few commands will be stored, okay, but this is not which is this is just an example for smart homes, especially a few commands are stored. This is not for the microphone example, okay, that when you talk, whatever you talk will be stored, don't worry on that. Next is the finance bots. So bots making stock trades or fund transfers must protect data and actions, especially end-to-end transactions, because now you imagine about the financial transaction AI agents. So what if an AI agents go bonkers? It goes, haywire and it leaks the information. Wow, we can't even imagine that. Okay, so that is next level, danger. So robo advisors like the Wealthfront or Betterment use encrypted APIs to protect investment portfolios and transactions. If they don't protect, oh my god, people will literally scared. They will be scared to use artificial intelligence if nothing is protected. Next is the medical agents. So the example for the or the to talk about the medical agents especially. Sharing the patient data across the AI systems can basically violate the HIPAA USA or GDPR, which is the EU rules. So the solution for this is using the federated learning or for training diagnostic models, maintaining logs. So especially one example is this Mayo Clinic, okay, just partnered with Google Cloud. Okay, I had an image. Okay, no problem. So Mayo Clinic, which is actually partnered with Google Cloud to train the models. So this is basically complying with this HIPAA models. Okay. Yeah. So let us see some use cases, particularly in education, something like a intelligent tutoring system. Okay. For intelligent tutoring system, we have one example which is in the form of ITS. Okay. So what does it do? It actually helps you to personalize your training. So it helps your learning process. It helps your, it basically helps, it's like a, helping hand. It is like a friend. It is going to, be with you and, make your learning in a better way. So one example is that, Carnage learning, which is Mathia. Next is virtual teaching assistants, and you have one particular fellow who is Jill Watson. Okay, fellow, not girl, Jill, right? So I think Harsh was doing this. Probably you would have known about this assistant, which is Jill Watson. So it's a virtual teaching assistant which is deployed online, to train the students or to to teach the students. Next is the personalized learning agents, which is Newton. I think Pearson. Everybody knows Pearson because Pearson is a leading printing company for textbooks. A lot of things you will be seeing Pearson, right? So Pearson has one particular assistant who is called as Newton. So this is basically a recommendation system or content learner kind of a personalized agent. So next is in the field of healthcare, and one more example on this healthcare also. You have IBM Watson, especially which is basically diagnosing personalized cancer treatments, analyzing medical literature, patient records. Yes, tons and tons of things. What this IBM Watson can actually do. Next is virtual health assistants, where you have one application called as Babylon Health, which is used in the UK. It offers a chatbot-based consultations, symptom checks, and health records access. So it basically an assistant which helps to monitor the vitals of the patient. It takes the appointments. It takes it helps the patient to understand its symptoms. Guide him to do things. Yeah. So next is clinical decision support systems, which is DeepMind now, because Google's Health probably you might be knowing, right? So that is what you can think of about clinical decision support system. Next is about finance, especially finance is one important area where a lot of because when things come, when we talk about finance, especially the most important thing comes to mind is protecting the transactions. That is the first thing which comes to mind because an AI agent which is built to detect the unusual patterns in the data, and it is basically detected to identify the fraudulent transactions and protect the transactions. So that is what this agent has to actually do. Next is the robo advisors. What does it do? Offer the automated investment advice for the portfolio management, and this particularly these agents should be very careful. We are these will be advising you certain things, but they can have their own flaws and drawbacks, or like how we have advantages and disadvantages, because they are basically agents. So they are going to suggest based on the data what is good, what is not good. So in certain things that will help, certain things it will not help. So it's like a mixed bag, especially. So we have to be careful as a individual person. We have to be very careful on this particular aspect. Next is credit scoring and risk analysis. So what does it do? It is basically assesses the risk credit worthiness. So many people would have it. So you basically use the cred app like that to check your credit worthiness, right? So Zest AI is one of the applications which basically is used for this. So the successful use cases in academic, especially. Okay. So these three are, my personal favorite use cases, especially. One is the Georgia Tech, which is basically built by IBM Watson Studio. Okay, so this is in the use case here is the teaching assistant. TA is nothing but the teaching assistant, and this Jill helped the faculty to reduce the workload and to keep the students more engaged. So this was happened in USA, and this was developed by IBM Watson. So next is the Stanford University. So Stanford University also for personalized learning, they have developed a particular applications and to engage more student performance and more student engagement. Next is the MIT CSAIL, which is the healthcare robotics, especially designed for the healthcare of elderly people. Okay. So yeah, so individually, I detailedly have explained this. Okay. So how does this virtual assistants actually work? The first one was the Jill Watson. So how does it work? Who has actually developed? It was person, uh, you know, so this was fab, especially the background was person who's an Indian actually, Ashok Boyle, who was actually teaching at this Georgia Tech online, Master of Science in Computer Science OMSCS. So this basically he faced a challenge where there were a lot of repetitive questions in the discussion forum for large scale online classes. So a lot of people use this repetitive questions. They basically use this virtual assistants to answer the question. Okay, so recently I saw I attended one workshop of NVIDIA. So I saw the questions were directly answered by the online assistants. The person was not answering. It was a workshop, and it was basically answered by, because there are a lot of repetitive questions which will be answered. Something which required the attention, the person has taken up. He was the senior what is it senior consultant there actually, not exactly remembering the designation. So he was working with Nvidia, and this lot of in this workshop, a lot of people were asking repetitive questions as well. So by the look of the answers, I've understood that they are basically using, because after all it's Nvidia, right? So they are the kings of AI in the market. They were the they were the people who developed this second generation transformer. So it was like that. So it will be shared, Sairaj and exam. Harita, please wait. It will be shared. Once I'll stop in a few minutes, exam link will be shared. Ma'am will guide you. Okay. I thought some question, man. Exam link will be shared. Please wait. Okay, right. So based on that particular, these voice assistants or the assistants are basically used nowadays to answer a few things, right? So that will help the person who is giving the webinar or seminar or he's teaching something to basically focus on what he's supposed to be doing, rather than focusing on the things which are much repetitive in the nature, because there are a lot of repetitive things which come up. That is the problem. The problem is with the repetitive things, right? So the solution was this AI powered assistant, which is the Jill Watson. So the technologies basically used are the NLP, Q&A retrieval system, and customized training with the past forum data, and confidence scoring to decide when to respond. So the outcomes are, it basically handled 40% of the forum's questions. Students were more engaged, and many didn't realize Jill was a bot until it was revealed later. So sparked global interest in using AI agents to scale the education. So was some of the transformations which actually happened. So the impact was massive open online courses. It gave the foundation for a lot of you know uh, things, especially in the field of it might be education, it might be anything. So a lot of things have actually opened up. Next was the Stanford University, and this was basically to cover this, more engagement of student. Okay, so this was basically one of the applications which was actually developed. Next, the technologies used is the machine learning models to predict students' performances, learning management systems, and clustering algorithms as well. So the personalized content delivery, risk identification, instructors, real-time dashboards. So a lot of things were actually developed for this, AI adaptive learning. So the real life impact is, it is trying to close down the gap to the real time, and making more, engagement with the students. So this is one more MIT SCAL. Yeah. So this is basically, SCAL was computer science and artificial intelligence laboratory. So this was found by MIT. Okay. So this was basically on the physical therapy and elderly rehabilitation of the in this particular domain. Okay. So it was okay. So here I will stop. Okay. So yeah. Ma'am, you there?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. It's 8:11.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much
Yes, yes.
for all the 15 days of wonderful classes. So we'll meet again in different sessions for definitely.
Sure, sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You'll take over right now.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, I will take over, sir. You drop no issues.
Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So students PPT will be added in the LMS. Please don't ask to the sir, which is already added all the 14 days PPT. Today's PPT I'm going to share add it by tomorrow. Okay. So right now I'm just sharing the test link, assessment link on the chat. Okay. So you have to start taking it. Read out the questions carefully and do it. Okay. So this test is for your knowledge, for your knowledge. Yes, I have shared the assessment link on the chat. Kindly read out the questions carefully and do it. And once you are done, please be waited. Don't be hurry. So we do have a time till 8:45. Okay. So after 8:45, it is for 30 minutes. Like after 8:45 only, I'm going to share the attendance. Please don't ask for attendance link. And if you are done with the assessment, kindly stay back. Don't drop the session. So I'll be sharing the attendance link on at 8:45. Okay. Yeah, please start take it. The link is on the chat in a both Zoom and taking assessment. If you are done, please don't drop the session. I'll be going to share your attendance link at till that. Please stay. If you have done or Yes, students, I hope you all completed the assessment. Response. Kindly text me whether you have completed. If you are done with us, kindly done chat in the chat box so that I completed the assessment. I just need a quick response. Text in a chat that done. Student, I hope my voice is audible. If you are done with the assessment, please in a chat as a done. I can assume you all completed the assessment. Okay, great. I got so many responses that you all complete. Students, if you have not completed, please do it fast. The link will be disabled at 8:45. I think it is already disabled. You can't mark it. I mean, you can't. Okay, so right now, sharing the one registration form where the program which we are starting from 4th, that is, if you are interested, it's the same program, SDP program. It is also course. Program is name is SDP on Salesforce development. Okay, if you are interested, you can register this. Okay, if you will as the same, you can attend the session every day. The timings will be same as 7 to 9. Yes, I have posted the details and also registered session. You can register over there. Okay, you can just mark your attendance. I'll share in a minute. And I know you all have a query certificate to 15 working days. You have to wait. Please don't certificate. As you all know, we are just closing the session by today. So by tomorrow, sorry, 10 to 15 working days, we will system me like. Wait, I'm sharing the attendance link. Students, I'm sorry, there was some network issue, so I could not. I have rejoined it. So, yeah, I have just shared once. Attendance link has been shared on the chat once again. You can start marking your attendance. Queries, you can just ask me. So, as I told, related to certificate, the certificate 15 working days, you have to please wait. Okay. You are not able to certificate for your registered mail ID. We will share you the certificate. Got my answer. Any other questions to be asked? Please ask. Assessment will be not considered for the certificate will be considered for the it's based on the percentage mark your attendance. Like if you're secured 60%, then only you will receive the certificate. If you have not received, like if you have not secured 60% of attendance, you will not get the certificate. Questions? Okay, so there is one, like, is there any paid, Sanjay, ma'am, any paid internship? If you are interested, or if you have any query related to the certificate or any to edl@xlr.com. Okay, I'm just dropping a mail ID on the chat, that is xlr.com. So Shiva Kumar, today's PPT will be uploaded in LMS dashboard. No need. Kindly wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be upload today's session record. Was the certificate provided? The test? No, the certificate will be providing. It's based on the attach. The test link already disabled as it. If you have not completed the assessment, no issues. Thus, that assessment is just for uh, knowledge purpose. Uh, there is one number. Okay, from that number, after the 15 days, I have shared the new registration link for the new program, which is starting over, August 4th. If you are interested, you can join. The program name is Salesforce Development. With the registration link, you can find the registration link over there. If you are in, you can register over there. You can fill that form. Okay, then any other questions? I'm just repeating. Please be waited for the certificate. Will 15 days. Okay, 15 working days. Okay. How to check our attendance? Sorry, you can't check your attendance. Ma'am, I attended all the classes, but to attend the exam, is there any issue? No, there is no issues, no problem. Ma'am, certificate कब मिलेगा? Yeah, I already informed. Kindly wait for 10 days. Within that, you will receive your certificates. How you will be sent to your register mail ID. Ma'am, I missed 2 to 3 classes. That okay? Yeah, okay, no problem. Will be the third that it is a sales for development course. It is completely a Salesforce thing. Will be going to upload by tomorrow in the LMS. Okay, fine then. Let me share the registration link once again, and I'm going on the chat. If I not mark your attendance, kindly mark your attendance. Then we are going to wind up for the day. Joining this wonderful session for all this 15 days. I hope you all learned something from. Okay, so study well. All the best for your future. Okay, thank you all. We'll meet again in a different program.